What up, y'all? This is Sam the Sentient, and we're about to decode my anthem, Aspie Power, on Barcode. Let's get it.
Grew up as a youth who couldn't concentrate in school. I was daydreaming, writing raps to break outside the rules. Talking to myself, the kids looked at me like I was a fool. The teacher said I'd never graduate with this kind of attitude. So
Okay, go ahead.
BarCode.
Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead, Ebonie.
BarCode, Sam the Sentient, interview, take one.
All right. Let me get you guys in focus real quick.
Really take two, but no, it's playing.
Okay. And then country from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another. Matter of fact, hold on. What am I saying? I am Jermaine Price, the reason. And I'm sorry, Sam. I just got to tell this story real quick. I was recently on Sway in the Morning. Tyra Banks came on. She changed my name. I told y'all I've been talking about changing my name because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Then God stepped in and put Tyra Banks right there and said, here's your answer. Jermaine Price, the reason, here with another episode of BarCode. Hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You produced too, right?
Yeah.
So there you go, man. That track you just let me hear, though. Back in business or what?
Back on my grind.
Back on my grind.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm thinking about EPMD.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, that shit was crazy.
Thank you.
And you produced it.
Yeah,
Crazy. That shit. Y'all, please. I'm sorry before, today, the artist that we got here today, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all because I don't like the bullshit. We shot an episode with Sam. You know what I'm saying? We shot this episode already.
Yeah.
But I had something happen. Something happened with that episode. It wasn't time. That's what I'm just going to say. It wasn't time. But I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So here we are again.
Yeah.
He was kind enough to come back through to Roc Star Studios. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just so you know, it's a full-on production studio. Y'all see this little small area over here,
Yeah.
but it's like 3,000 other square feet, probably more than that, behind the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? So check out Roc Star. Today we got Sam the Sentient, man. This artist, look, I'm doing this intro a little crazy, but this artist, he's special just because, one, any artist that understands branding, you know what I'm saying? Like in these times that, where everybody just throwing everything out there and whatever works type of deal, the branding, the message, that's really the top thing, the message that you send. You know what I'm saying? You define stereotypes out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you doing God's work.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is he more than just an artist. Some artists are like, what is it? Artivists. is that a word? Activist artist. I'm just going with artivist. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with artivist. Artivist, which is like an activist artist. But he really goes out and he is about what he's saying. He's hosting events. He's basically collaborating with organizations that are basically that are behind the message that he supports. Like, and it's a couple of organizations in Chicago, that he links up with. So today we got Sam the Sentient in the building.
Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate you for having me again.
No problem, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming through. I was gonna bullshit, act like it was the first time. But you know what? Like, I don't like to lie to y'all. I like to keep it 100. 100.
Yeah.
You see all the flaws here, and we flawed. We human. We sentient.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? We ain't nothing but a bunch of sentient beings.
That's right.
Just walking around trying to figure out how to sentiate.
Yeah.
That's not a. Is that a word?
Sentiate? I don't think so.
I don't think that's a word. That's
No.
you know what I'm saying. But look, I was gonna try to run with that, but I'm just gonna stop it right there because it get corny. But man, look, I appreciate you coming back through.
Thank
you know, we still gonna do the same thing. You know, we gonna talk about your song today, Aspie Power. You know, now the thing is, I met you. I don't even remember. Was it like it wasn't 20?
It was
2019.
I actually think it was February 2020.
February 2020.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah. It was at an Enjoy bar in Wicker Park.
Right before everything shut down.
Yeah, it was like right before, about a month before everything shut down.
It was a showcase.
Yep.
That we were trying to basically see who was gonna get the chance to go to what was it?
It was the South by Southwest
South
Festival
by Southwest
Texas.
Festival.
Yeah.
And perform at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
You killed the stage then.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I think you went after me, and then I was like, damn, I'm thankful. Because this white boy rapped his ass off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, damn, okay. You know, and what I appreciate about it, honestly, is like, I can tell you a hip-hop head. Like, your beat selection, you know, your beat selection. But the thing, too, is, like, your flows, it's like new, but I don't want to, like, who would it put me in the mind of? And honestly, I can't think right this very second. Because I'm just thinking about even, like, Aspie Power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the melody of it, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who that reminds me of, but, you know, typically you don't remind me of anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's rare, bro. I'm not going to lie, because I listen to a lot of different artists. Like, I listen to so many underground artists, so many, you know, like, when I find, I grew up listening to a lot of different music, but at the same time, since the internet, I've been able to go back and listen to, like, classic hip-hop albums that I wasn't able to have access to because I grew up in a small town in North Carolina. We didn't have the internet type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but, man, you got good flows. You got stories. You got, fucking, like, concepts. You got, you know, double entendres, like bars. Like, you a dope ass artist.
Thank you.
Like, for real. I'm sorry, I'm just giving you all these flowers right now, but
thank you.
Like, for real, I really need you to understand. You definitely, it ain't just that you talking about, you know what I'm saying, Asperger's or you know, autism, whatever, you know, like, because the thing is, some people can see that like a gimmick type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a gimmick, you know. But it's not a gimmick. That's your real life, right?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because the song, just in school, the teacher told you that you wouldn't be, you know, is that something that was said or was it implied? Like, how was it growing up with autism? And then what made you decide this ain't something I'm gonna be ashamed of or feel different about?
Yeah. So according to what my mom told me back in the day, I was diagnosed with autism, specifically Asperger's, which is on the autistic spectrum, around age 4. And a lot of my experience in the education system was tough because, because I wasn't as able to concentrate on a lot of schoolwork and in the classes as much as some of my other classmates.
Wow.
But that kind of, I felt like my Asperger's kind of started to shift in me when I discovered my gift of rapping and creating music.
Really?
And through that, I was able to channel.
When did you make that discovery?
So I've figured out how to rap, or figured out that I could rap and write raps around age 12.
Okay.
And it literally came from me listening to Mad Villainy.
Okay.
By it was Matt. MF Doom's the rapper.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was your first influence. That was that like your first Well, that wasn't your introduction to hip hop, was it?
No. You know
What
what's
was your
actually funny?
introduction?
This is actually pretty funny. So back in the day, like before, when I was like probably around 5 or 6 or something,
Yeah.
my mom would only let my brothers and I listen to rap music or music without cuss words in it. So the first introduction to rap was actually
You say you 5. That makes sense.
The first rapper I ever heard was actually.
Good job, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Good job, Mom.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and the first rapper I ever heard, I believe, was Will Smith.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember the first song
That's
ever
such a
listened to.
cliche for you. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least it wasn't Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying?
No, it wasn't Vanilla Ice. Yeah.
Just playing.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember. I think the first song I ever heard from Will Smith was "Born to Rain."
Word.
Yeah, and then I would listen to that, and I remember listening to that and Millennium.
Word.
Yeah, both the CDs, and my mom gave me like a little CD player, and I would put on these like little headphones and listen to them. Like this is probably when I was like around 5 or 6 or something, and I didn't really know. I didn't remember the exact track titles for them, but I knew the numbers. So I remember just like shuffling through the songs with my favorite songs with a certain number, and just like listening to that when I was really really young. That's like when I first started listening to like not only rap music but music period.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, I started listening to other artists like Eminem and Kanye, being really influenced by them. And then my love of hip hop and my love of music grew into me actually experimenting with writing lyrics and writing raps and all that. And that started with being influenced and inspired by MF Doom and how he used like such intricate wordplay and his imagination to create worlds of his own. Yeah. And I wanted to do the same thing. So I low key I started imitating that. And that was what actually,
Did you ever try to get some MF Doom bars off of your own?
Like you're talking about like
say some raps in front of somebody and be like, these MF Doom bars, they ain't gonna know.
Oh no, I never did that. Actually.
Come on, that's what's up, Sam. Hey,
no,
he ain't a biter. He ain't a biter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't bite other bars like that.
I know this dude. Look, when I was coming up, cannabis was like fucking. To me, cannabis was the ultimate MC at the time. Mm-hmm. Like he was going against LL, he was killing the game, and I was like a huge cannabis fan. Mm-hmm. Like literally, I wanted to find everything I could find from him. I would listen to it till I could memorize it. Yeah. And I was in school one day walking through the hall, and people knew that I like started rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 16 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the dude come up to me like, man, I got this rap, blah, blah, blah. He starts spitting these bars. And I'm like, man, that's cannabis. He tried to pass them cannabis bars off as his own. I'm like, bro, no, that's cannabis. So you never try to pass no MF Doom bars off as your own. No. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you started writing at 12.
Yeah.
Started writing at 12.
Yeah.
And then like, were you writing in school? Was you doing it like?
Yeah, I was actually, I started writing a little in school. And also, at that time, I spent most of my time actually freestyling to my friends, with some of my friends after school. So,
when I know, what was a 12-year-old Sam the Sentient freestyle like? What was those bars like?
Like, a lot of the lyrics, I'm not gonna lie, they were corny. A lot of the content matter was just about a lot of stuff that the rappers I heard talk about.
Word. Okay.
So like, yeah.
So you was rapping about cars or?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Girls.
Yeah. At the time.
How tough you was.
Yeah. It was. I was trying to like emulate my favorite artists, my favorite rappers at the time.
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I was very like I would always like try to like overspit myself. You know what I mean? Like I would like try to be as like super lyrical sometimes as possible.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and when I was with the homies hanging out, just freestyling, a lot of it would go over their head. But over the years, I actually learned how to, relay the message and make sure that it's simplified for other people to understand, but it also like, to a point where it has, sounds cool. And a lot of what I notice about, a lot of rap fans that I know of is that, they don't just listen to lyrics, they listen to the flows, they listen to the sound of your voice and how infectious you sound. So those are all things that I've incorporated into my craft and things that I've implemented in my lyrics, my music as well. To this day, you know, it's been a learning process.
And your
Yeah.
study of the art of the MC.
Yeah,
Those
for
are
sure.
the little tricks you picked up that
Yep.
make you give you the best performance.
Yeah.
Word. That's dope. I think, I mean, you know, and I agree because I did the same shit. I wanted to be, like I said, Cannabis, Nas, KRS-One. Like I had, you know, all those influences and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wanted to be the most lyrical, miracle, lyrical,
Yeah.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I probably use lyrical miracle in so many raps. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie, I use it. I use it in different few iterations. You know, so I definitely understand. You know, like imitation. You know, and that's how you learn though.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you learn. You know, like you imitate when you learn how to tie your shoe. Guess what? Somebody show you, and you imitate what they do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's how you learn, and then eventually learn how to tie your own shoe. You might figure out a different type of knot and all that, and now
Right.
you got your own style. Because and which is crazy to me that you would have those influences, and I mean, the thing is, I can tell that you listen to that type of music,
hmm
but I really, it's not like I can say, I can't listen to you and say, you know, Jay-Z is your favorite rapper, or fucking Fabulous, or Jadakiss, or,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I can't, it's not one. You know what I'm saying? I can't
Right.
pick. So you found definitely a good blend of all the different styles that influence you to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
your own type of lane. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's still, you know, it's up to date.
Yeah.
I feel like too. It's still it goes, it can, you know, you can get in the cipher with the Jadas or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Look, I'm giving you high regards right now. I'm just
Yeah.
saying for example, the MCs.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can get in the cipher with the, you know, I don't want to say little baby, but the little babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can blend in both circles as far as your
Mhm.
style go. I feel like, you know.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It you know, it's a tribute to your talent, you know,
Yeah,
as
thanks.
well. So you say basically, I want to get back to like a little bit, just a little bit of like the personal life and
Mhm.
you know your experience.
Yeah.
Because just for anybody that's watching this that may be, you know, feeling some type of way about their, you know, condition, or anybody that might have autism,
Yeah.
it's on the spectrum, you know, that, you know, they want to do something different or great or, you know, whatever. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
what you might even say, I guess the other people might say regular. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like just be able to be, because I mean, somebody rapping and making music, that's not really out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? But with the condition, it's putting your mind that, you know, it may be, not saying yours, but just from a societal standpoint and how society views, you know, people with autism.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
if you might not be able to do everything that somebody else might be able to do. So what do you
Right.
say to somebody that is out there right now feeling like, I want to be a rapper, I want to be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
writer, I want to be an actor, I want to be a scientist,
Mhm.
but this is holding me back?
Yeah. I would honestly say to them to um, gain some intuition and really know yourself, to know yourself front and back, and really understand what it is that your gifts are. You know, I mean, that's what I discovered when I was 12. You know, as a young person, my gifts for rapping, my gifts for, you know, creating music, and that helped me. That motivated me to propel through high school, even when times were kind of rough for me. You know, and I wasn't doing well. And you know, and even to this day, it has helped me propel me to this moment now where I'm sitting right here talking to you. So I would say, you know, gain some intuition. Start, whether it's, you know, through meditation, prayer, journaling, talking with other people in, you know, your family, maybe a therapist. Like really, like evaluating who it is you are, what your gifts are that you feel that you could really shed light on in the world, and you know, like how you want to move forward with it. Because at the end of the day, my passion for rapping, my passion for creating music has propelled me through a lot of mental hardships and mental constraints and all that. But I feel that if you know yourself well enough to understand who you are and have integrity in that, and then you understand what your gifts are and what you're most passionate about, I really believe that that will propel you through anything that's trying to hold you back or anything that may seem like it does hold you back, but really it's, at the end of the day, it's just a mental block, illusion. So I would say, implement all that. Know yourself, know what your passions and your gifts are, and, push that on the rest of the world and do it in a positive way. That could help uplift others. That's, another, beautiful thing about it. Like a lot of the times when I go out and perform and when I, play music to people, a lot of the stuff that relates the most to people is actually the stuff that I was personally going through. Like a lot of the times when I'm writing music, I'm by myself, and there's kind of a thought at the back of my mind that asks, who's going to connect with this? Who's going to relate to this? But every time that I've always been honest in my vulnerability and, and showcase that to people in the most honest way, that's what really has resonated the most so far for me. So yeah, just keep that in mind and go for it. You got a dream, passion, go for it.
Go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to clap that up. We're going to go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, my next, so I want, basically, look, okay. It's a lot of ignorant people out there. And I don't mean ignorant, I mean ignorance in the sense of what it means that you have no knowledge of this, whatever, What do you say to people that are not knowledgeable about people with autism, and whether it, they're not knowledgeable about them, and they may have certain misconceptions about the condition? What do you say to those people?
I would basically just let them know that, in my personal opinion, autism isn't a disability. It's actually like a super ability. I'll say that. Really, at the end of the day, having autism just means that you're neurologically different from people who don't have autism, who are typically called neurotypicals. Yeah, and I mean, it's not that I couldn't, I wouldn't say that I struggled in school because I wasn't capable of doing the work. I was, but at the time I was so passionate about writing raps that I would be at the back of the math class just writing rap lyrics, and I was so focused on that I kind of went into a world of my own creation. So it's like a lot of people with Asperger's, their struggle comes from internally, and it's just a lot of stuff that has to be dealt with inside that a lot of people don't see it from the outside perspective.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's just I had to go through a lot of moments in my life where I had to reach out and ask for help, for certain things, and learning to do that really helped me move forward, because I feel like once I started doing that, then it helped me progress forward in life, and just being as honest as possible about all the stuff that I am going through. I feel like that could help, enlighten people about autism as well. And I would say if you know somebody with autism, try being empathetic with them and try understanding all the things that they like and all the things that they're passionate about. Because, based on personal experience, that has really brought the best out of me. And yeah, just, continue to do your research. Asperger experts, I've, done courses with them. I've watched their YouTube videos. They're a really good organization that discusses a lot about the experiences of people with autism, and even gives like tutorials for parents on how to like help if they have a child with autism. So I would say, yeah, that's another great resource. Asperger experts. So yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and the only reason I think that's important is because, like I said, people don't know.
Right.
And honestly, it's not something that, a lot of people gonna stop and research and look into, they're just gonna have this misconception that if you have autism, then you're gonna be, people just imagine the most extreme cases.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all they know about it. And
Yeah, it's a spectrum for a reason.
Exactly.
There's a lot
and
of,
then honestly, for me, it was a learning situation because I didn't know that it was a spectrum. Like I was one of those ignorant people that didn't know that, like, oh, it's a spectrum. Like, okay, so you can fall here, or here, or all the way. It's kind of like with any, situation.
Yeah, and one of the things that's brought up about some people with autism is difficulty with speech, but I never
shout
really
out
had.
to the train. Sorry to interrupt, but shout out to the train.
And I mean,
shout out to the train.
Yeah, like usually what's a stereotype with people with autism, and not to say that there aren't people with autism that have this issue or face this, but like I've always felt like I was pretty good at speaking. Like even growing up, I was always like good at like reading things out loud and expressing myself, and that's I believe that's why, or one reason why I'm a good performer. And writing was one of my stronger subjects too. Music too. I was always into music, so and all these different interests have led me to the path that I'm on today. So and that's really what stuck with me and helped me get through a lot of stuff, for sure. So yeah, understanding that, especially not only the person with autism, but the person that may be the parent or the guardian or even the teacher or counselor that's working with them. I feel like them understanding that will definitely help the child with autism, progress in all aspects of their life. So
word.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the track. I should know this junk by heart by now because it's been, I done listened to it. But I know as a kid, growing up, I was something in school, break outside the rules.
Yeah.
Never graduate with this kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? I remember some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
So, boom. We're gonna do it. Let's do it.
Has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome.
Where did you get this? That's your name?
I did this little voiceover.
Samuel Frederick Naparstak.
That's your voice?
Yeah, I did I kind of did a little impersonation of a doctor giving a diagnosis.
How?
Yeah. If you didn't know, I actually did quite a bit of voice acting work. I took a club in college and I did some of that like freelance stuff, like online. I created this voice, this character, this like doctor character that like gave like a diagnosis.
Can I hear the doctor character right now?
All right. Samuel Frederick Naparstak, age 4, has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. And the spectrum of autism is known to give people cognitive functioning, social, and attention issues. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has been diagnosed
With effects, obviously.
Yeah, with the little effects, that shit is.
people cognitive functioning, social.
And that's
I'm really
what's
bugging
crazy.
out because that shit. So you really made it sound like one of those old school radio announcers.
Yeah. And the reason I actually did that was not to only introduce the diagnosis, but also to showcase the perspective of people who only see the bad as opposed to good about autism. And that's what we were just talking about.
What we just talked about.
Yeah,
Damn, I didn't even realize that was a great introduction.
And those are a lot of, and that kind of frames a lot of the stereotypes that are made about autism. Not to say that people with autism don't struggle, of course some do, but it's more than that. And I feel like that narrow view is something that maybe there's a lot of people who either, who know someone with autism may have. And then throughout the rest of the track, I detail my experience to say, no, this is way more than that. Like, I've always been good at, writing and music and reading and performing. And, I just had to use that as a source of motivation to get through high school, you know what I mean? And, eventually graduate, high school and graduate college and, be on the path of becoming a full-time artist now. And that's definitely
so you're
the message I want.
full-time artist now?
I'm working towards it. So
okay.
I feel
curious.
Yeah, I feel, God has a win for me, and I feel that my destiny is being a full-time artist. So
me too. Bro.
Yeah. So I'm just moving forward.
we got home.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely look. You're doing a lot of work. I always see you out performing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I be telling everybody I need to come support. I'm like, man, I don't even know. I wouldn't even be able to make any money if I can't support everybody. I ain't gonna lie. Then I'll be out at every show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know
how
too
it
many
is.
people now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Really, but nah,
Yeah.
I gotta get out of the house. Support the ones that I can. You know when I can.
Concentrate in school.
Outside the rules. Was a fool. Graduate with this kind of attitude. That would have been dope. Sorry.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I live right there.
change the love, had like the
Yeah,
teacher
yeah.
voice. You'll never graduate with this kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Look, I be producing and shit too. You know, so sometimes producer don't make the beat. He just be like, "Yo, add this."
Yeah.
So you're talking to yourself or thinking out loud? Because to me, it's a difference. Because I be doing that shit all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
you talking to yourself? Nah, I'm
I have a
thinking
good
out
story
loud.
about that. So when I was in preschool, way back in the day, I remember the teacher, would usually read these books. Oh,
You remember preschool?
I remember one experience from preschool.
Like, I'm like, man, I don't got no
One.
childhood memories. Like,
Yeah. I have quite a few, but yeah, this one, I was in preschool, and the teacher would usually read these books, and there would be like a circle of kids like watching the teacher read the book. But I remember this one time, I was, instead of like paying attention to what the teacher was reading, I would just like make these funny faces and smile at myself in the mirror, and talk to myself too. Ever since I can remember, I've always been talking to myself like in the mirror, just out walking, and all that. And I eventually got kicked out of that preschool. I went to like a special ed class, but that's a moment that that lyric reminds me of, and yeah, like a lot. I'm still be doing some self-talk today, and yeah, that's I think that type of experience is where that comes from, and
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
That teacher didn't say that to you, really. Did she say that to you, bro? She a terrible damn teacher. She said you'll never graduate.
Nah, so it's not that was like said directly to me. It's more that was kind of alluded.
Okay.
And like I even had conversations with my mom when I was in high school, saying that if you don't step your game up and get better grades, then there's a likelihood that you won't be able to graduate high school. So that was kind of the source of motivation that after those next few bars I talked about using the opportunity to actually like progress through life and work towards my dreams of becoming an artist. That motivation is what really like fueled me to get my grades up and graduate high school.
Wow.
So yeah, that was more sort of a source of motivation than it's like a direct comment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. My obsessive nature, the same that I dismantle with my pens on all my paper.
Yeah. So, a lot of people with Asperger's.
Oh, my bad. I didn't say bars.
Oh, thank you. So a lot of, for those who don't know, a lot of people who are on the autistic spectrum are known to have a lot of like usually have like these singular or few traits that they're really obsessive about or really passionate about. And obviously for me, one of those is rapping. So what I alluded to in that bar was channeling that same passionate, obsessive nature that I had for writing raps when I was at the back of the class, just focusing on writing raps like the 42 minutes I was supposed to be doing an assignment or whatever, to actually like doing the work in school. So that was like that. It's the focus, the honed in attention that I used to spend hours and hours and hours on writing these raps back when I started writing to actually like doing schoolwork.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that bar is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That didn't go according to plan. So you went to
Yeah.
a music school. It didn't go according to plan.
Yeah.
I was broke as a joke.
No hope to advance. Yeah, so
And what was the last part?
I was broke with no hope to advance, but I cope with the poems that I wrote with my hands.
Okay. With no home to advance.
No. I was broke as a joke with no hope to advance, but I cope with the poems that I wrote in my hands to explode microphones, find my soul, and expand. So
Okay.
just to basically back up a little bit, when I was like 17, I remember I put out, or 17, 18 rather, I remember putting out my first mixtape on SoundCloud. And this is right before I started like my freshman year in college. And I put a mixtape together of about 16, 17 songs. And my plan was, okay, I'm gonna get this mixtape out before I start college so that when I start college, I can network with a lot of people, and I did, and perform the open mic. But at the time, in my 18-year-old mind, I thought that all I needed to do was just perform and, at an open mic, get seen, and then my life would go up from here. But, life doesn't work exactly like that, and yeah, I mean, I learned how to make music, to record myself, to really step up my beats at school. But after I graduated college, I realized that just because you graduate college, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to be successful. Like, you have to put in the work, especially in the arts. Like, you have to put in the work, and you have to continue to make connections, and you got to continue putting yourself out there and performing for people you may not know, because you got to expand your fan base, to get more of a reach. And
Every day.
yeah, I mean that is what I experienced. And in the last few bars, I talk about using what I was writing at the time to, not only like expand my outreach, especially performing at open mics in the city, but also expand inward and really find myself, in times that I felt were unpredictable, where, I didn't really know exactly like how things were going to happen, or like what exactly my life was going to look like from there on out. But I really had to go inward and really discover my true self, and just find peace in the fact that as long as I be my best self and put that out to other people, then great things, will come back. And, it's up to this moment right now. So I feel pretty blessed, for all that experience,
Come on, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you for considering this moment a great moment.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man.
I'm like,
it's dope.
yeah. Still got plenty life to go, and I make consistent something goes.
Still got plenty life to go, and I've been consistent prying goals, and I kill it when it's time to show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that means, I've been, consistently, setting goals and, working to reach them, working to accomplish them. And, the last line specifically about me performing, like once, I'm ready, to perform, once my name is called, I kill it when it's time to show. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a more that's specifically what that line is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
G when I push it on this beat to connect to a higher purpose past the surface and the words that project. Feel the fire burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse with my Asperger's express my best.
Bars.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Look,
Thank you.
I gotta take that shit, but
Burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse with my Asperger's express my best.
So what is that about? What is? Because there was a lot of bars before that too.
G when I push it on this beat to connect to a higher purpose past the surface and the words that project. Feel the fire burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse with my Asperger's express my best.
Yeah.
So, when I know you said churning, look, I understand when I'm listening to it, I get it. So I don't really have to be like, I'm doing this for them.
Yeah.
So when they listen, they really understand where you're coming from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's self-explanatory.
Feel the fire burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse with my Asperger's.
Yeah, feel the fire burning when it.
Feel the fire burning when it's churning from inside of my chest.
Boom.
Push it on this beat to connect to a higher purpose past the surface and the words that project. Feel the
To the higher purpose past the surface and the words that reject. Like
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
Like is that like no? You mean like
Oh.
what's the words that
Yeah,
reject?
yeah. Like a lot of the times it's subtle. Like, you know, it's kind of like not always people who are trying to like reject you or trying to detract or trying to like hate on you. It's people who may throw doubt in your direction, being like, oh well, do you have like a plan B or a backup plan? All that stuff. And it's like that's what's really I feel affecting me more so than feeling any hatred. Because even with the hatred of energy, it's kind of like a fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
But doubt leads to a lot of confusion and a lot of overthinking, in my opinion.
Man.
So
Come on.
yeah,
God, dang.
and actually in those bars, I talk about my creative connection is, I believe, what like my purpose is through my music, right? So that creative connection, not only to other people and myself, but also a higher power, what I believe to be God, is the stuff that really like helps me like break out of that limiting mentality.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm still to this day trying to still be consistent with that and remember that, you know, because that's my foundation. You know, ever since I was, you know, that 12-year-old kid in his bedroom just trying to impersonate MF Doom, and even I was like, you know, going through high school, I was super fan of Kendrick Lamar, so I would be impersonating him too. Since that moment, I've used creative connection to not only like connect with other people through music and through my art, but also develop and grow into an even better person myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the one thing that I always try to remember when I feel this, you know, these limitations being put up on me and stuff from past experience. It's, you know, and just, you know, and over the years I've learned, you know, I've been learning to, you know, let that go and focus on what really matters and focus on, you know, the things that I want in my life and my ambitions, you know, because that really will help me keep moving forward.
Gotta
So,
quiet
yeah.
those demons. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
for real.
Burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse with my burgers express my best.
I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my aspy power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, lacing up these crowds, working on my aspy power. Hey, I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my aspy power. Hey, now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, lacing up these crowds, working on my aspy power. Yeah. Yeah,
Look, I ain't
man,
even
that's my
going over the
anthem.
chorus just because the shit is self-explanatory. It's your
Yeah.
power, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You used
yeah.
to think your world was sour till
Yeah.
you channeled it inside your aspy
Exactly.
power. Now you grind your gifts for
10,000
10,000
hours.
hours. I mean, it's bars. Now you grind your gifts for 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
Blazing up these crowds.
Working on my aspy power. Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all already know that's bars. And the
Thank
way
you.
we just like, it's a good, fun thing to sing too.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. Because I'ma call that, and what I call that is the children's story effect. You know what I'm saying? Your music has the children's story effect.
Oh, wow.
And you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah. Children's Story by Slick Rick.
So what do you do when you listen to that? What's like if they play that song at a party? What's the first thing that happens?
Like that song specifically at a party? Or?
No, children's story.
Oh, I mean, usually whenever I listen to that song, I usually like listen to the story of it.
Damn it, Sam.
No.
You MC ass. I'm saying, but when it's played at a party.
Oh, like I turn up at a party. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when it's played at a party, what everybody reaction to that song is to go to the dance floor. You know, it's one of those, you at least gonna start moving.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the story, it's like, why are we dancing to this story? This is Trayvon Martin. This is a Black Lives Matter, but I get it. But the fact that he was able to do that, create dance track to a tragic story. You know what I'm saying? Like he really gave you some knowledge.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But you didn't even know it.
Right.
You know, like you didn't know it, and then if you really sit down when you ain't at a party and you play that song again at home, you be like, damn, why was we dancing to this? 'Cause the kid got killed by the police, and like it was. He even say it ain't funny. Don't laugh. Like if you don't want us to laugh, you probably don't want us to dance. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like you know what I'm saying?
That's
Motherfuckers definitely
Yeah,
laughing when they dance and other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You know, I'm just.
Yeah, it's a trip.
But I just think
It's a trip.
I think that's an amazing thing to be able to accomplish. You
Thank
know
you.
what I'm saying? So like, your songs have the children's story effect. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's some real shit that I probably shouldn't tap my foot to, but the way you present it, honestly, I'm probably sometimes you ain't even gonna know that it's what is real. I mean, you know with your shit, it's
Mhm.
out the gate. You know the hook
Yeah.
say it, but at the same time, it's just fun to say.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
make it the way you make it a melody.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you make it fun to sing along with. I can tell that you had fun
Yeah.
performing it in the booth.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And like that energy transfers and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
What the world says, you can make it your own. You got enough focus to own it. When you get in your zone, you let it show. Focus in every
No matter what the world said, you can make it your own.
Yeah.
What was that? Something you can. No matter what the world shows, you can get in your zone.
Yeah.
So
No matter
like,
what the world says, you can make it your own. Yeah. So for the second verse, my approach was to take this power that I find inside of myself and give it back to the people listening,
Okay.
to point it back at them and say, all this power that I found in myself, you can find it within yourself too.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
whole approach to it. And yeah, no matter what the world says, you can make your own.
So the first
yeah.
verse is, "This is what I went through. This
Yep.
is my story."
Yep.
Second verse is, "Now that you've heard my story, this is what you should be able to do and understand about yourself."
Yeah.
If you can relate to that first
Yeah.
story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, you possessing the bravery to lead a whole revolution. Think outside of the box when proceeding with resolutions. Empathize with the people that's down, feeling the bluest. And pacify hate too uneducated to know who you is.
Man, it's just so much. Honestly,
Yeah.
the thing is to.
Make it your own. You got enough focus to own it. When you get in your zone, you let it show. Focus in everybody you know. You possessing the bravery to lead a whole revolution. Think outside of the box when proceeding with resolutions. Empathize with the people that's down, feeling the bluest. And pacify hate too uneducated to know who you is. You're a strong.
Pacify people too uneducated to know
Yeah.
who you is. I feel like it speaks for itself,
Mm-hmm.
If you want to speak on the breakdown of that, then you can.
Yeah. So that actually, those bars were inspired by some of you may know, or some of you may not know. Greta Thunberg is actually a climate activist,
Okay.
and she has autism.
Okay.
Yeah, and she the movement that she started to stop irreversible climate damage has actually inspired millions of people.
So that's the revolution you talking about.
Yeah. That was what I was referring to. And the out of the box effect was, I believe this is how it started, but I remember reading about her, protesting about on climate issues outside of the classroom, right? She would protest instead of going to school, and that caught fire around the world and inspired millions of people around the world to do these protests to help, save the planet, save the environment. And that was super inspirational to me. So I had to highlight that, because it literally is proof that, if you follow your power, you follow your intuition, things you're passionate about, and, find a purpose in that, and, purpose in being able to help other people, you can literally inspire millions of people.
Yeah.
So I had to showcase that for sure. I had to say that.
Resolutions. Empathize with the people that's down, feeling the bluest. And pacify hate too uneducated to know who you is. You're a strong, creative, and intelligent part of God's creation. Star, innovation, and legend forget it. Now it's time to embrace it. Long live the fate of autism.
Did you imagine, like, what do you imagine people doing when they listening to this second verse?
I imagine people for the second verse. I imagine people like soaking up the message. And I hope that it really like the message really resonates with them. You know,
Like, what activity are they doing? I don't
Like-
know why.
like maybe like this.
In
like,
my
okay.
mind, I have no idea
Okay.
why. I literally like the mirror. Like, cause sometimes when I'm listening to some motivational music, it make me feel good about myself, and it's speaking. And when I rap the words, cause like the way I would, from a listener standpoint, when I rap this, I'm saying these things. You're a strong, whatever from God's creation. You're a strong. What the hell you say? Sorry.
You're a strong, creative, and intelligent part of God's creation.
You're a strong, intelligent part of God's creation. That's
Yeah.
like something you would really look at. That's like a morning affirmation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of my music has these types of affirmations, but in like a
Yeah.
rhyme scheme form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine somebody literally looking at themselves in the morning and saying that to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like taking that bar and making it like a mantra for their life.
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit,
And
you know what
what's
I'm saying?
what's cool actually is recently I've been, like the first song that I listen to when I get up in the morning and I make my bed is the song I Believe
Okay.
that I
see?
made. And the hook is I believe I'll achieve all my dreams. Can't nobody take that away from me. And even when I'm feeling high and low, I'ma make it out and prove the doubters wrong. I believe I'll achieve all my dreams. Can't nobody take that away from me. Even when I'm feeling high and low, God has got my back and will renew my soul.
Hey, if you
what I
want
mean?
to
It's an
book Sam the
affirmation.
Sentient, just slide his DM. He out
Hey.
here performing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Giving y'all a taste of like, hey, bro. Every time he get in rap mode, shit get serious.
Come
I'm gonna
on.
go ahead and tell you, he don't
Come on,
play.
bro.
He
You
don't
already
play
know.
in rap mode. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm saying?
don't.
Like, that's it. He start out.
Come on
he
now.
start out be like, I believe, and then he be like, I believe, like, bro, like,
Yep.
oh damn, boy, oh damn, oh
Yeah,
damn.
I shifted it up another gear, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Got a gift in your soul, no matter what the world says, you can make it your own. You got enough focus to hold it. When you get in your zone, you let it show. Focus and everybody you know. You possessing the bravery to lead a whole revolution. Think outside of the box when proceeding with resolutions. Empathize with the people that's down, feeling the bluest, and pacify hate too uneducated to know who you is. You're a strong, creative, and intelligent part of God's creation. Star, innovation, and legend already in the making. Gone are the days you forget it. Now it's time to embrace it. Long live the fate of autism. From the spectrum to stages, you'll persist through thick and thin when everyone quits. Use projection as a lesson to get better at this. Use my message interjected in your personal life to express
See?
what makes you special. Your autism, how
You say it in the song. Use
Yeah,
my
yeah.
message interjected in your personal life.
Yeah.
That's what you want people to do with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want them to take this and, if you can use these words to become a better version of yourself,
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
not making $1 million and having 100 chains and fast cars
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That ain't your goal as a rapper?
No, of
What
course
the
not.
fuck, bro? What kind of rapper are you?
Man.
I'm just messing. But look, man, I appreciate this. I appreciate you coming through. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you got a lot of bangers. I'm gonna do a real, cause that shit was hard, bro. And I want to
Thanks.
hear it again back on. We ain't even going over this song,
Back on my
but
back. Yeah.
and
on
he
my back on my
produced
grind.
this shit.
Yeah.
Made the song and let you know that I'm back on my grind. Yeah, let's get it. How many hours have I been a Debbie Downer, all drowning inside of these sheets? Listening to cowards and all of these double thoughts that been harboring sour beliefs. Time to stop howling and get myself out of this hell, cause I have all the will to succeed. So I found power and self to empower myself with devouring all of these beats. Need to get out of the house where fire burned out.
I ain't gonna, y'all, hey, check out, look, bro. Y'all, you hear the bro. You hear, he ain't
Most
playing.
definitely.
He ain't
course
playing.
not. Nah.
It's not a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? It's not a gimmick. He really rapping out this mug. Like,
Yeah.
real rap. Real rap.
Yeah.
Check out Sam the Sentient. Where can they find you? what you got going on. You got
Yeah,
any
yeah, yeah.
projects out, new releases, anything coming up?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, let the people know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Just let y'all know again, my name's Sam the Sentient, at Sam the Sentient on social media, Instagram. I just started using TikTok too. Also Twitter and Facebook as well. You can find me at Sam the Sentient. And later this month,
How
I'm
you
announcing.
spell sentient for the people?
Oh, yeah.
For the people
Yeah.
that need to know.
Yeah,
you
fair
know
enough,
what
of
I'm
course.
saying?
Yeah, so it's spelled Sentient. Sentient. Sam the Sentient on
ENT
social media.
at the end, right?
Yes, ENT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and at the end of this month, I'm dropping an EP called Rookie Season EP because I'm in
What month is this?
September, the end of this month.
End of September.
Yeah. Dropping an EP titled Rookie Season EP because I'm playing in my rookie season right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rookie season EP. What else? Anything else?
Nah.
Okay,
Feel free
hey.
to go listen to my music. I drop a lot of singles.
Exactly. Check out the vibes. Hit the link in his bio. You know. Also
drink
for
water.
all the artists out there, if you want to be on Barcode, hit the link in the bio on whatever site we on. You know, if it's YouTube, leave a comment. If it's Instagram, hit the DM. If it's Google, go to the email. If it's Facebook, leave a comment or slide in my messenger. If it's TikTok, it ain't gonna be on TikTok. And that's it. So, but no, for real.
Yeah.
If you want to be on Barcode, hit me up. You know, look, I'm trying to have real dope artists on here. I'm showing everybody love. You know what I'm saying? We ain't too bougie. So you ain't got to be a lyrical miracle like Sam. You know what I'm saying? A super MF
Flattered.
Doom fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, hit me up. All right. Peace, love, and gravy. This is Barcode. Holla at you. This is Jermaine Price, the reason. Tyra Banks named me. Holla at your boy. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
All right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Samuel Frederick Naparstek, age 4, has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. On the spectrum of autism, it is known to give people cognitive functioning, social, and attention issues.
I grew up as a youth who couldn't concentrate in school. I was daydreaming, writing raps to break outside the rules. Talking to myself, the kids looked at me like I was a fool. The teacher said I'd never graduate with this kind of attitude. So I had to focus, channel all of my obsessive nature. The same that I dismantled with my pens on all my paper. To grab my own diploma and pursue a 2-year major. Moving through the music school and reaping fruits of all my labor. But life didn't go according to plan. I was broke as a joke with no hope to advance, but I cope with the poems that I wrote in my hand. It was blow microphones for my soul that expand. Been through many highs and lows, but I still got plenty life to go. And I've been consistent, writing goals, and I kill it when it's time to show. Yeah, my energy when I push it on this beat to connect to a higher purpose, past the surface and the words that reject. Feel the fire burning when it's churning from inside of my chest. It's a life I worship and disperse when my Asperger's express my best. Yeah. I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my Aspie power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my Aspie power. I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my Aspie power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my Aspie power. Don't you know you got a gift in your soul? No matter what the world says, you can make it your own. You got enough focus to hone it. When you get in your zone, you let it show to provoke it in everybody you know. You possessing the bravery to lead a whole revolution. Think outside of the box when proceeding with resolutions. Empathize with the people that's down, feeling the bluest, and pacify hate too uneducated to know who you is. You're a strong, creative, and intelligent part of God's creation. Star, innovation, and legend already in the making. Gone are the days you forget it. Now it's time to embrace it. Long live the faith fate of autism. From the spectrum to stages, you'll persist through thick and thin when everyone quits. Use projection as a lesson to get better at this. Use my message interjected in your personal life to express what makes you special. Your autism helping you thrive. How? I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my Aspie power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my Aspie power. I used to think the world was sour, till I channeled it inside my Aspie power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my Aspie power. Now the boy is an autistic superhero, here to inspire you all to be your own as well.